I guess quickly start because I'll edit this and release it after the game. You guys can quickly just start off by saying how it feels to be here. You don't have to like save all that good juice and energy for the final tribal council and stuff, but just I guess just like an opener, so we just don't go straight into Katrina, right? So an opener from each of you, and then we'll move into Katrina,
Okay.
and
uh,
we'll start with Grace, and then we'll go to Courtney on the open.
okay. Well, hello, people. You're watching here the Rite of Passage with me and my gal pal, fellow finalist Courtney. We have a women winning this game, y'all. We see that this means so much to me because I'm like big on feminism, and it means so much to me to have a woman here in a final two, woman final two. We love to see it. But it feels so crazy, like I've been saying. It feels so surreal to be here, and I'm so looking forward to finale. I don't know if the jury's gonna arrest me, but I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to see who's gonna pull this win out and see what's gonna happen. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
see what goes on.
Um, Hi, I am very excited to be doing Rites of Passage because I know that when I am, when I've played orgs for me, I want my compliments. Like if I don't make it to the end, I want my compliments. So I'm here, ready and excited to give all my compliments and love to all the friends that we've made in this game. And yeah, I'm super, super grateful to have made it to the final two here with Grace. And I'm with her. It is super exciting for to be a part of, you know, I think it was the last 7 seasons, I haven't seen a female winner, and no matter what happens, you're getting one. So I'm really honored also just to be a part of like that for this series. And yeah, it's been a great series, it's been a great experience, and I'm really grateful to have gotten to see it all the way to the end, and I can't wait for Sunday.
Okay, ladies. We started this game 39 days ago. You both entered wearing different buffs. Courtney rocked the Praslin. Grace rocked the Ledig buff. And on day three, we saw the first person exit the game, Katrina. And when we go through each person, so I don't have to always interrupt you guys, we'll start with the person, like if they were on your tribe. You can start speaking and then follow up with the person who wasn't on the tribe. And if you don't have anything to say, don't worry. So, Grace.
Katrina, I'm so sad that you ended up having to leave this game. I was really looking forward to meeting you just based off your picture, and I didn't watch any of the intro videos because after like an experience I've had before, I don't like to watch intro videos before I play orgs. I like to get a perception on somebody based off my interaction with them myself rather than a video. So I didn't watch them, but I really was looking forward to playing with you though, and I didn't know what was going on. Like I sent you a friend request, no, not friend request. I sent you a message and I didn't get a response from it, and then you sent me a friend request. I'm like, okay, did she see my message or not? I don't know what's going on. And then I went up to find out that you had left the game. And I really hope if you have been watching this season or anything and you end up watching this, I really hope everything's going well with you. And yeah, I really hope that everything is okay because that was the first thing I was wondering when you left is are you good? Like I hope everything's all right with you.
Um, I'm going to try my very best to speak on as many Ladiques that I didn't meet as possible based on even just seeing things like the glow up video. But unfortunately, Katrina wasn't in this game long enough for me to really have anything that I could genuinely say. I was bad and I didn't watch intro videos or anything myself either. But I think if I remember correctly, I heard that this might have been her first game or like one of her first games, and that it was a lot more. I do remember now. I heard this was her first game, and it was a lot more than she realized. But the fact that she was interested in playing in the first place tells me that this is something that appeals to her, whether she's a Survivor fan or not. So I hope that she's not completely turned away from when she finds a time in her life where she knows more so what she's signing up for and has the time to try it out. Like, I mean, I think orgs are a fantastic experience, and I hope that she does get to have her chance at experiencing an org when she can really commit to it. So.
Katrina was actually my recruit. I saw her play another Facebook game once, and she's from South Africa, so obviously the time difference was kind of killer. But yeah, she was so great in the um interview phase of this. I was like really excited. I loved her energy and the fact like I'm really bad at casting. Like that's my like weak point as a host. Usually my production team help me with that. I'm just not like the salesperson, like come play this game. Like that's not my thing. But the fact that I was able to sell it on her, I was like, oh my God, I did something in the casting department, like go me. And then, she pulled from the game and I was like, oh, go me. But I just want to say, Katrina, if you ever watch this, your nature shots were amazing. And you were first in the intro video for a reason. So you can take that with you. Moving on. Day 6 saw Ladigue lose again. And this time we actually attended a tribal council. And our dear friend Evan left. Grace.
Another Ladigue. Okay, so Evan, I got to know you just a little bit on your short stay here. We talked and messaged each other. You said you were a huge you were very into politics because you saw my video. So I was a political science major, and we were talking about that and getting the vibe and everything to know each other. And so I was like, and I remember after having a good conversation with you, I went to my prod chat and I was like, I really like Evan a lot. I really like him. And then unfortunately, it kind of got in the way. I was at work and couldn't see too much. Well, I was going into work and I couldn't see too much of what was going to happen at that tribal council. But apparently, from what my understanding was that you weren't social with other people on the tribe. You only talked to like me and like a couple other people and not everyone. And that's what kind of got that target on your back. And at that point, like I really liked you, but I had no choice but to stay in that majority there to try in case we went back to another tribal, which ended up happening. That I nothing would crazy would happen. But I saw you've been commenting and you've been cheering me on in this game, and I really, really thank you so much for your support. And I hope that after the game, like me and you can talk more because I think me and you would get along very well.
Evan, Evan, I obviously didn't get to meet you. I loved your energy in the glow up video. It was a lot of fun. I do think that I really appreciated that you posted a very supportive comment for me and Grace on Facebook regarding the final two. I hope that, maybe we get to meet at the reunion.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Is there a reunion? I just kind of assumed that.
Yeah, there will be for the jurors who are there, and any of the pre-jury will definitely, walk down memory lane and give anybody an opportunity to ask questions, see where they went wrong or what really happened, stuff like that.
I can't wait to ask all the things I did wrong. I can't wait.
Okay, so the day right after that Evans' torch was snuffed, there was an impromptu tribal council held between Nastasia and production. So day 7 saw the third torch snuffed and the first of Praslin leave the game. Courtney.
Yeah. You said Courtney, right?
Oh, that was, you can talk about like your Nastasia.
Nastasia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
So Nastasia, Man, I will say that from to my knowledge, just kind of talk like I know that you started a new job. It made it really difficult for you. Um, I'm pretty sure just kind of from talking to like other people on Praslin, I think that you and I connected more than you were able to with most people. I appreciate the fact that with the little time that you were able to give to interacting with people, that you put more into interacting with me than others. We did have one really, really good conversation where we just talked about, being women in orgs and like kind of like sticking together in that regard of like, because it is hard. I mean, I know that might look a little funny from this angle because we're sitting here, two women in the final two, but I think we all as female org players know that it's not, you don't see this that much. And so it is something that I think in the back of our head, all of us that play a lot of these know that it is something to overcome a little bit, is to come into a game as a woman, knowing that um, men often dominate these things. So I remember we did have a really nice conversation about that, and I was very sad to see you go. I really had hoped that it would work out and we would eventually be able to get on a VC and get to know each other better. Anthony said so many wonderful things about you. I know you guys kind of knew each other. But yeah, and again, I noticed you posted a very, very kind comment on Facebook, being very supportive, and that meant a lot to me. And I hope to get to speak to you more when this is over. I hope that things have gotten a little bit smoother for you with, how hectic your in real life stuff was. And yeah,
Alrighty. Well, Nastasia, I just want to say, based off your photo and kind of like the vibe that I was able to get, I was so hoping you would be able to stay in this game and that we would end up being on the merge together because you were someone who I was so excited to see. Like, I saw you and I was like, oh my goodness, I want to meet this girl so bad. I really, really want to. And because you just seem so fierce. You gave me very fierce vibes and you just seem so cool. But I really hope you are having a lot of success with your job situation and that everything is going very well for you. And I hope that at the reunion or after the season's over, we can have a conversation and we can and finally ended up meeting each other like I wanted. But and I gotta say too, kind of like what Courtney said, I definitely the women conversation. I definitely agree with you guys on that in the way that, and me and Courtney kind of had a similar conversation the other night. Women have it so much harder just based on we can't be as dominant. If we are, we seen as a target immediately. We have it a lot harder, and it's so amazing. And I'm glad. And it seems like we kind of got what you really wanted in this female final two, and I really hope you're proud of it.
Thank you, ladies. Sorry, I just took the hit of my bowl.
That's a
Okay.
mood. You're
All
making me
right.
want some more after too.
Hold on. I gotta go see what day Gianna was voted out on exactly. I'm not on my computer. Okay. Okay. Our next immunity challenge resulted in another Ladigue loss. This was the pre-merge part of the game where just Ladigue couldn't get their act together. So day 9 in 13th place, Gianna.
Gianna, oh my goodness. Me and you have known each other for a little bit. I've hosted you before, and we've had other interactions in the work community. You're such a sweetheart. I really, really, really love you a lot. And you literally fought so hard in this game because you were at the bottom of League, and that was because we were doing so badly in these challenges that we were like, we need to take out those who are not as strong in them, and you ended up falling into that category, but you still fought your ass off, and that was so like, it was really cool to see, especially in the first time we went to tribal council. You were originally supposed to leave in that, but then Evan ended up leaving in that situation, but you stood and still fought. And you even fought really hard the next round when your name was going around, but unfortunately, there wasn't much to do at that point, especially after the events of the posting challenge. And I'm really sorry about the way things went, but we had to do what we felt was best for Ladigue moving forward. And I really hope that when you watch this, I still love you a lot, and I hope we can continue our friendship outside the game.
Gianna, I was super, super hyped to get to meet you. I'm really sad it didn't get to happen because I instantly noticed on the cast reveal that you and I are similar in age and both from Ohio, which I thought was like, I was like, wow, like we already have like both of those things in common. And you know, for me, like I feel like in the org community, a lot of the time, it depends on the game, but I'm often like one of the oldest people on a cast. I think a lot of org players are younger. And so just seeing like another woman from the same state in the same age range as me was really, really exciting to me. So, I definitely was sad that I didn't get a chance to meet you because, I mean, you definitely seemed, I've only heard good things about you. You definitely seemed like someone that was going to be a really like fun and kind person to meet. So, yet again, hopefully I'll get the opportunity. We lost Sandy.
Easy.
Alrighty. No, I'm just leaving the stream, like, to let you guys talk now that I'm back at my Mac. Okay, next in line. On day 12, Praslin took another hit in 12th place, lasting 12 days. Anthony.
My sweet, sweet baby Anthony, I'm so sorry. I love you so much. Unfortunately, things were always stacked against Anthony pretty much from day one because, first of all, Anthony and Nastasha did not hide the fact that they knew each other based on their Facebook comments. And even like talking to him, she wasn't able to be around as much, but even talking to him, he was pretty open about the fact that they had run into each other in the org community previously and had a positive relationship. And it just automatically had people concerned that they were going to be really, really close and that would be something, you know, would be something to be worried about. And then even after Nastasha left, Anthony, this was his first ever Survivor game, and he just didn't know socially like what the expectations were. I had a conversation with him, a really, really lovely one early in the game where I'd asked him to VC with me and we talked and he expressed to me that he wasn't sure, that he didn't feel like he was doing the best job with connecting over texting, but he didn't know like how much he was supposed to call with people. And I encouraged him to try to like go around and call with people, in order to make those connections. But between the fact that he didn't really know to do that early enough to like get in while people were getting in with each other, and the fact that he unfortunately had some personal things happen, during the game as well that kept him away a bit. He just unfortunately was on the outs, because alliances had formed, connections had formed, and he just out like he just didn't quite ever get in on that. So when we had to vote somebody out, it just everybody was already really locked in together, and there wasn't really much to be done about it. So, um, but Anthony is so good. He is such a sweet, sweet human, and um, he has been so like I still like I don't know what I did to deserve it because I voted him out too, but he has been so supportive of me the whole game. He is on Facebook every round, like every tribal council in the comments being like rooting for Courtney and Ali, like heart emojis. Like I don't know. Um, I like I said, I don't know what I did to deserve him so much kindness from him because I do feel like he and I had the closest connection that he had on that tribe, and unfortunately, there was really nothing that I think I could have done to keep him. So I'm glad that he doesn't seem to hold it against me because I do love him very much as a human. He is so kind and loving.
Anthony, I really want to meet you so badly, and I really hope that you come to this reunion. Because we were not on the same tribe, and so we didn't have any knowledge of each other. Just only we were on different tribes, but the fact that you didn't even know me, and the fact that you, like you did with Courtney, you came in the Facebook streams and you were like cheering me on, you were rooting for me, you're like, I hope Grace makes it through. You were, and you're now like very supportive of both of us, and that really, I really love to see that. And I really hope that, I hate that I couldn't get to meet you, but I really hope that we can end up meeting. And you said I was funny. Well, I'm gonna be there to have give you a good chuckle. That's what I'm gonna do. So be ready for it. Be ready for it.
Okay, love you, Anthony. Now, the next episode was a kind of a pivotal episode. Ledig needed to win this challenge in order to go into the merge, or at least even up teams 5-5. And they did just that. Preslin lost another challenge on day 15, and Gwen was sent home.
Oh, Gwen. Gosh, poor. Oh, okay. So Gwen was honestly like, I wouldn't have seen this coming, to be honest, like initially, because Gwen was in a really, from my perspective, a really good spot on OG Praslin, where she was in kind of a core four alliance, that would have been the majority on OG Praslin. Um, However, unfortunately, her connections with people on the other side, particularly her connection with Dave, was uncovered. And it just made, we had all had like a conversation where we were open about what connections we had, who we knew in some way, shape, or form from like throughout the game, whether it be on Praslin or Ledig. And we discovered that she and Dave had been on a I say we, I was just there, but it was discovered that she and Dave had been on a production team together, and she had never mentioned knowing Dave, and it just made people really like nervous that they were very close because she kept that completely out of her like open narrative of who she did know. Um, and it seems, from what I can tell, like it was probably the right move for OG Praslin because I think that she did have those connections, and this could be a totally different outcome here. Because she might have been the one to go and like flip and vote, a different way. But yeah, Gwen is a force. Like she is so like she is a strong competitive woman. Like you can just, I mean, you can't, like she can't hide it. Like she cannot hide that she is somebody to a force to reckon with for sure. She is extremely nice, very nice, very fun, funny, but she is definitely somebody that I think if you give her the chance, she could eat you alive. As a player, I think she is. Um, I think like I heard that going pre-merge was very uncommon for her because she is a very like good player and plays a lot of games, which I can completely see. And it was just literally the fear of what her connections would mean at merge that took her from being kind of in a really good spot to out, unfortunately.
Gwen, 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 Gwen. I throughout this whole thing so far, I haven't known the Praslin people too well, but I know this OG Praslin person, this OG Praslin person very well. Gwen, oh my goodness. I don't know what you're gonna think when you're watching this. I know you're not the biggest fan of me, and I like because of things that have happened in the past. And not gonna lie, if you made the merge, I was gonna be very nervous to play with you because of our incident that occurred months ago. And I didn't know how you would feel about me. Like, I'll be honest, like if you merge, the first one of the first things I was going to do was talk to you, and I wanted to see if you wanted to call or something, and I wanted to talk things out with you because before we've worked together well, and I was like, okay, let's see if she's willing to forgive, and let's see if she's willing to play this game with me and see what happens with that. That's what I was thinking. But unfortunately, you were voted out, the last pre-merge person. I was really shocked when you left, by the way. Like, because I thought just based on, especially how you did in the challenges and stuff, and I know how you are as a player, I thought you were gonna fit in real good with your tribe, and I thought you were gonna be with them, and you're gonna be in a very good spot over there. And I thought you were gonna make it good. You were gonna make it, and to see that, I was like, damn, I that's crazy. They really came in here and they got you out. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. But if you're watching this, just know if you want to talk about things that have happened and if you want to have a conversation with me, just like just like be feel free to shoot me a message. I'm willing to have a conversation back with you and see what we can do to talk about things. Talk about things.
Love Gwen. She is the Gwen of Gwens. Okay, moving on. On day 16, Praslin and Ledig dropped their buffs,
Drop it low.
and we merged. Top 10, 5v5. And on day 18, we saw Duke voted out. We will start with Courtney.
I had good DMs with Duke before that happened for the short period of time that I got to. I was looking forward. We were supposed to VC after Tribal. It was kind of a final hour decision that the name ended up being Duke. So I wasn't being insincere when I made plans to get on a call with him, but obviously that was supposed to be after Tribal, and that he didn't last to do so. I I did think he was very, very friendly and personable when I spoke to him. But it was really just kind of that, like, nice to meet you. We should definitely talk kind of conversation. I don't know that it got much deeper than that. I think that in my mind, I was planning on actually getting to know him on that call that did not happen. But it was very apparent that he was somebody who would have had a lot to give to the game. And so it definitely somebody else that I would look forward to getting to know, if given the opportunity, since I don't really feel like I got to in this game.
Oh, Duke. I just want to say, I really, really liked you a lot as a person. I really, really, really did. But bruh, I had to do it. And I'm so sorry, but I had to. I had to do it because I'll tell you, I don't know if you had the tea yet or not, or if you ever or you come to the reunion, we could talk about it. But basically, it got back to me that there was a four-person alliance on Ladigue of you, Dave, Amanda, and Ojani. Because Amanda leaked it to Oliver, and Oliver ran and told me. And apparently, I was supposed to, if we lost another pre-merge challenge, I was supposed to go home in that tribal there because you four were together. So that is basically why and plus also I talked to Kira literally, and I'll say this: me and her, the first night of the merge, or maybe the second night, we went on like a 3 hour call with each other, and we went on a 3 hour call with each other, and that is actually more than we VC'd with each other. Like, and I had a more connection with Kira than I did with you guys, and it was very hard to as well because I just felt that the OG Ladigue, I thought you guys, the vibe I kind of got off y'all at that point was that you guys were so ready. You were so confident that you had my vote, and you're so confident that you guys were going to we were going to come in and we were going to steamroll the Praslin people, and you guys, which caused you guys to not have much communication with the Praslin people. And that's another reason I just felt a lot more connected, because y'all were very confident, they were willing to reach out and talk. And so that made me feel a little bit more comfortable with the Praslin people at that point too. And that gave me and the alliance with that and the alliance together, that gave me the ulterior motive to flip. And unfortunately, it sent you out. Oh, Johnny was the one who was supposed to leave in that situation, but the name ended up switching to you. And either way it went, I would have voted out whoever it was from Ladie to try and separate what I could from that. And I really hope that after the game, we can be able to have a good relationship with each other. And because I do, like I said, I do really like you as a person. And I hope you can understand why I did what I had to do.
All right, thank you, ladies. Duke, love you. Mean it. Moving on day 21, Ladigue saw another member have their torch snuffed in ninth place. Oh, Johnny, we'll start with Courtney.
Johnny, you and I really didn't. You were going through a lot during those rounds, and we just met, so we didn't get a chance to really talk very in depth with each other. The last conversation we had, we discussed the vote, and we had a conversation regarding, um, you knew you were in danger, and you were asking me to hear you out about keeping you. You gave me a name. Unfortunately, that name was Grace. I let you know that it kind of went against my integrity to put out somebody who had just helped me out the previous round. And then when you did leave, you wished me luck. I'm not really sure, since we didn't get to know each other super well, if that conversation was why, if maybe you respected my honesty. But regardless, I really appreciated you saying something kind on your way out. And I really hope that you are doing all right, because I know, from what I remember, it was a situation where you had really, really wanted your opportunity to play the series, and then real life kind of puts you at such a disadvantage, to be able to fight for your spot in the game as much as you would have, in different circumstances. So I am really sorry that happened to you, but I wish you nothing but the best. And I will, we're into the jury stage now, so I'll see you soon.
Oh, Johnny. Oh my goodness. First, I want to say that the first thing I can just think of you right now is that our voice call that we had with each other. I think it was like the night before. It was the night before I flipped on the D and voted Duke out. Me and you had a really good conversation, and literally anytime I think about you, all I can think of is you opened up to me about the things you're going through in your real life with me. And all I could think about is I really hope that everything is okay with you and your family at this time. And I hope that with your dad, I really hope that he's okay and everything's gonna be fine. I would definitely, after you watch this or whatever, I would definitely love to continue talking to you because we did have a really good conversation there. And I unfortunately had no choice but to vote you there because I wanted to, in that round, wanted to sit back a little bit and not, especially after what I did in the merge, because it was pretty much all up on me determining what was going to happen. And I wanted to kind of chill a bit. And what really nailed it for me was that you were going to people and telling them to vote me out. And people were just like, no, I can understand why you did it though, because you're upset that I flipped on you guys. But like I said, I had my reason, and you can kind of. I love her, but you kind of thank Amanda for that one. She kind of caused it to happen the way it did. So, yeah, that's literally. But no, you're a cool person though, and like I said, I hope we can keep in touch, and I will see you at, yeah, we'll be seeing you at whenever the final tribal council, whenever you guys ask questions. And like I said, I really pray and I hope that everything with you and your family are going to be okay.
We love you, Johnny. Hope everything is okay. And I actually talked to him. He said he is definitely going to try to make the reunion and finale. So I look forward to
Okay.
seeing you there, buddy. On day 24, the king, the legend, Dave. Start with Grace on this one.
Dave! Oh my god. I absolutely love talking to you in this game. You were such a fun personality. You're such a sweet guy. I really love you as a person. However, I knew pre-merge. Like I said, I feel really good with you, but at the same time, I'm like, this boy is a social boy. He knows how to talk. He knows how to talk. And I even saw it more in the merge. I was like, dang, this guy really knows how to talk. And and I really at first, and I know we had a conversation about it, we caught up with things. You wanted to have a fluid merge, and at first I was actually down, had we had more time, I was down to going with your plan. Like, okay, let's try and make things very fluid and let's make things cute and try and team up. And I really appreciate the fact you were very forgiving of me after I flipped over and voted Duke out. You were very forgiving of me when I did that, and you were willing to have a conversation with me to talk about it. And we still had an interest. Okay, we can work together. We can do this. And I really wanted things to turn out very well. But at the same time, I knew you were a big threat. And you were going to be somebody who was in my way for this final two. You were going to be someone because you're good at challenges. You won the first two immunities. You were going to be somebody who was going my way. And when it came to your vote out, it didn't help. We only had 20 minutes to strategize in that whole situation. And it was between you and Kira. And let me be honest with you, I did not mind who left at that point between the two of you because I said you were in my way. I love Kira too, and I'll say when we get to her, she was in my way as well, and I knew she was. But it because of the 20 minutes, it kind of came down to where that majority was. And I'll say this: I said to you, I think you should be fine. Let me tell you this: you are not going to leave at first. Kira had the votes on her. You are not leaving at first. And then all of a sudden things switched over and they ran and told me, oh, Grace, voting Dave, voting Dave. And at that point, I felt like I had to vote majority there because everyone else, and I had no choice there but to vote for you in that situation. But either way it went, I was still going to vote in majority. Either it was between you or her. And unfortunately, things did switch over to you. And I hated it because I was like, I really wanted to work further with you in this game. But I felt like I said, I had no choice there. And I did not want to show my cards too early on. I didn't want to show my cards there. And that's kind of what happened with it. But I love your how you made your tribal council appearances as a ghost juror number two. And I really hope that me and you can still talk and be friends outside of this because you're such. I really love you a lot. You are so nice.
Dave, I am so sorry. Because honestly, where you said it switched, oh, that was my fault. Dave, I swear, God, if there were any other scenario where like I met you in a different game in a different circumstance, I would want to work with you so bad. I wanted to work with you so bad in this game. You are the most charming freaking person. Like you literally, like I sat there on a call with you for, I don't even know how long we talked, like an hour and a half. And I walked away from it literally thinking to myself, like, okay, we vote out Kira next round. And then I guess you guys are going for Oliver. All right. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and like, whatever. And it was like it took like till the next morning for your mist to wear off of me to be like, wait a minute. None of this makes any sense for me. None. Zero. Like it doesn't make any sense for my game. Those are my allies. Those are my friends. Like we can't do that. We can't do all that. um, and I do feel genuinely terrible that in that conversation that we had because I was being sincere at the time because again, your charm, incredible. I was sincerely like, yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody any of this conversation. And then, yeah, I did. I absolutely, after again, you're the way I'll say it is the Dave mist wore off of me and I shook it off and I was like, wait, why am I tanking my game because he's so awesome that I just want to be his friend and want to work with him so badly that I'm like completely throwing away everything I built up for myself to this point. By agreeing to like not do anything about these plans that he had to kind of change his situation, which I mean, respectable. Like you were trying to get yourself further in the game, but unfortunately, um, it was bad. It would have been bad for my game to let Kira or Oliver go. And once I realized that, I went to Oliver and I did tell him about our conversation and what you had been talking about potentially happening. And I'm so sorry because you are literally like so cool and so fun and just somebody that if it had made any sense at all for my game, even the tiniest bit of sense for my game, for you to have still been here, I would have wanted to work with you so, so bad. And also, I very much appreciate like, when you got voted off right before you left our conversation, you wished me luck in Cutthroat. I was told by the host that, almost immediately following your vote off, I had to do an endurance challenge that lasted 2.5 hours. And I was told that you were in the BL and you sat and watched that whole 2.5 hour challenge. I don't know if you were, enjoying watching me in pain, if you were rooting against me, if you were rooting for me, but you still sat there for 2.5 hours, I was told, and actually actively watched that. I think you're a really, really awesome person. I really do hope I get to talk to you more and maybe have another opportunity to run into you in a game where the situation could be different because I just think you're an iconic. So,
I do want to
sorry.
bring up real quick too that me and him did talk. He really liked you a lot, and we even considered like we talked at one point, and but he left before it was able to happen. And he was going for Oliver, an alliance between me, you, him, and Oliver
Oh,
to make it a cross tribe thing.
got it. I loved him so much. Like he is so cool, but it just made no sense. It made no sense to with the way I was playing, it made no sense to do that. So I'm sorry, Dave.
Dave, you're a legend. I really enjoyed watching you play this game through and through. And somebody else I loved watching play, seventh place, lasted 27 days. And in my mind, she's the Queen of England. Amanda, we'll start with Cole today.
Start with me. Okay. First of all, you had my heart the moment you told me I was pretty. And then she voted for me in touchy subjects for most attractive, and I was like, okay, you really know how to get to me.
To be fair, I also voted you for that too.
Did you? Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
you two are too nice. Ugh. But I mean, Michael and Oliver were right there, guys. But anyway, yeah, you were another person, just like Dave. Like I thought so highly of you. We had a really lovely conversation. We only got to have one BC, and unfortunately, you had got a phone call, I think, from your sister that cut it a little short. We meant to reconnect, and it didn't happen. It was it was another situation with you, for me at least, where I realized I had a very close working relationship with all of the remaining Praslin people. And so I realized that the further I could get with all of them, the better off it was going to be for me. So there just wasn't really a scenario that I could see in which it benefited me to form anything to work with you in the game because of what I had set up for myself, just like with Dave. But I just think you're such a lovely human. You were so kind to me. I even I liked you so much that even though I knew that it wasn't beneficial to me, I tried to kind of when you made that girls alliance and I knew it wouldn't work. I was really honest with you where I said I don't think it's gonna work and you should try other avenues. Which was just honestly because I really liked you. It served me in no way to recommend that you go in a different direction. I just, I knew you really wanted to be here. I knew you wanted your fighting chance. I knew the tree you were barking up wasn't the right tree. So just outside of game player logic, I was trying to gently put you in a different direction of you should try to form something else. I don't know if it'll work. But yeah, ultimately when it boiled down to it, it was I already was kind of headed in direction. I already had a plan in my mind of what I thought was going to work for me and help me get to the end. And there wasn't really any way to include you in those plans. So when it was your name, it was the name I had to go with. And I was honest with you about that because I genuinely do think that you are incredible, and I definitely wanted um, to you showed me nothing but kindness, and I definitely wanted to return that same energy to you. So um, definitely, I have to say, I know this is one of your next game you play. Please let me know. I will go stand you. I will happily go stand you. I stand you now. But yes, I'm sorry, Amanda.
Amanda, this this beginning of the merge, I got what I wanted. But you leaving wasn't what I wanted at that time. Girl, I tried. I tried. After talking with you, I was like, okay, we need to stay so strong with each other. We literally need to stay strong with each other here. But unfortunately, things did not end up working out. And then we went on calls, the couple calls we did with each other. And I absolutely really enjoyed talking to you. You're a really sweet girl. You always have a lot of support for everyone. You have such a big heart. And I really have a lot of love for you. It was kind of hard in the beginning of the game to catch the conversations. Let's be real, that was me with everyone in this game because my work schedule and the things up and I couldn't come online. It was hard to have conversations with people at times. But no, I was very, very sad. I was mad too when he left. I literally went in my prod chat and I was like, I hate these people. I was screaming in my project. I don't like these people. All of them. I was, oh, Amanda, no, no. But yeah, I really hope that me and you can have a friendship have after this is all done, because you are a very cool girl and you are just so fun to talk with. And yeah, you're really fun to talk with, and I'm very excited to see you on Friday. And you told me before you left you wanted to see me at the end. And Amanda, I'm here right now for you. I hope you're proud. But and you did, like, and I'm really glad to. You were very honest with me as well. After the whole when I flipped on the Ladigue situation, you did were honest with me because I asked you about the alliance and you did confirm that with me. And so I'm glad you were honest with me there, and you were honest with me with everything else. And I really appreciate that. And I really hope you've been doing really well. Like I said, I was sad when you, I was so sad when you left.
Okay, love you, Amanda. The sixth placer was voted out on day 30, a month into the game. This person was a cat with like 9 lives. Got a lot of votes throughout this game, and you know, always was able to avoid the target until this night when their torch was snuffed. Grace, you want to start off by talking about Miss Kira?
Oh my goodness, Kara. When I saw you were in this cast, I was very excited because I knew of you. We have not met personally before this game, but I was so excited and I was like, I really hope she makes merge. I hope I make merge so we can get the opportunity to meet. And fortunately for us, we did get that chance. And literally, we connected right off the bat when the merge came. Me and you, we had our conversations and our PMs and talked about everything. And then, like, I think it was like the second. I don't remember. No, the first night, first or second night of merge, one of the two. Me and you had a 3 hour conversation, and most of that, like a lot, good, some of that was talking to Dylan, but most of that was me and you just vibing and connecting, and me and you got along very well. We have like we really like our personalities went really well together. And so after that point, I was definitely very excited to move forward in the game with you. And so when your name came up as a target in the first round of the merge, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I really like Kira, and like I really like you a lot. And then other people, and then I went in the flip of my tribe too. But what really helped me secure that I did the right thing was keeping you, and was because of that conversation that we had with each other. And then after that, like we were able to have like talk to each other, like what can we do? Like what should we do? What should we do? And I will say, like at that final late there, I had the vote stayed on you. I was gonna vote you out there because I think like ally wise, the beginning of the merge we had each other, but at some point it kind of all divided, and I shifted. We kind of shifted different directions on the things that we wanted in the game, and that resulted in that. And then eventually it got to the final six where I had a good gut feeling that you were possibly going to vote me, especially after the last round when I voted out Lee to try and save Amanda. And then that happened. I know, yeah, you and Ali stuck together on that one. And the reason why I was like looking at you too, because I was told you and Ali were close. And at that point, I literally had no choice but to vote you in that situation. And I'm really sad like our connection couldn't go in the same direction together. But I'm glad that we did get to talk, and we got to really get to know each other in the beginning of the merge, and we stuck together the couple times that we did. And I hope that me and you can keep talking after this because you're a really cool girl.
Kira, mm, I I mean, this was my 10th org, and I have to say that letting you go, like voting you out, was one of the most emotional, like hardest vote outs that I've ever had to be a part of. Um, I felt like we we had that Havoc connection that, I had played Havoc and you were currently playing the new season of Havoc, and I knew how I was in the BL, so I knew how absolutely beloved you were, and I was really looking forward to like getting to experience, getting the Kira experience myself. Um, but in the early stages of Praslin, I think that we kind of were missing each other a bit on like talking as much. And then there was just this point where you were doing your scavenger hunt in Havoc, and you needed an alumni to help you. And I like helped you with all the little alumni parts of holding up your tribe's name on a piece of paper and doing an interview with you and stuff. And it was just like from there, our just relationship broke open where I felt like we had great conversations and just really like had that trust with each other. And I'll be honest, like, uh, I think, and maybe this is a little silly, but I just felt protective of you. Like, I felt like almost like a big sisterly kind of thing where it was like, you were playing the game that I like, you were playing Havoc, which is the game I started with. You're a bit younger than me, and I just like, I wanted to like protect you. I felt like protective over you for that reason because I just felt like you were just so sweet. We had this connection, and you were just like coming to me like about Havoc in particular, which was something, and like I was trying to help you, give you advice, things like that, and it just gave me like this definitely just this like desire to just like keep you safe. And at Final Six, I couldn't keep you safe anymore, and it was really 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 hard. And I have to say, you have no idea how emotional I got when I found out that um, Grace. I don't think I've probably told you this, but in Havoc when I played, I was 13th place, fan favorite, and sweetheart of the season, and our sweet baby Kira got 13th place, fan favorite, and sweetheart of the season in her season of Havoc.
Oh
And it made me so emotional that she and I like had such a similar story while also at the same time having been playing this and have built that relationship. And 13th place isn't fun, but I know from my experience when you win fan favorite and sweetheart of the season, you are very beloved in a community, and she deserves that. She deserves the world. She is wonderful. I'm sorry that we got in a situation in which I had planned to go much further with you, but there was it was a back against the wall kind of situation where even if I had not put your name down, it wasn't going to save you. And so I did what I had to do for my game. But I adore you. I will stand you for life. I just you are amazing, Kira, and I'm so happy I got to get to, not just view you in the Havoc BL, but got to know you and play with you, and hopefully we will continue to be friends.
All right, Miss Kira, you slayed this game. Thank you so much for playing. On day 33, one of my favorites saw their torch snuff. Enthusiasm unmatched, charming, and I would always just enjoy waking up to his spam in his confessional. Just like, okay, what is Oliver's morning tea? Let's talk this out. What's over with Courtney?
Oliver, my husband. Oh my goodness. We kind of, this joke didn't really continue very far, but I just remember one of the first interactions we had. I think I made a joke about having gotten divorced, and he was like, well, I'll be your husband. God, Oliver, I love you so, so, so much. I'll have, you know how deeply connected you, myself, and Michael got. I never was being insincere when I said that the deep friendship and bond that all three of us formed so quickly was the way I've always compared it. I think I made this analogy to you one time was it was like we had a day 30 bond on day like 4. Like the three of us just genuinely loved and adored each other as people and as friends. I just you slayed the fuck out of this game. You are so fun, so funny, huge heart, an amazing friend. I literally couldn't, I don't even know how to find enough words or, don't even think I can keep Sandy up late enough for how much I could talk about just how deeply I love and adore you as a person and as a friend. Like, especially during the times in the game where we were winning or, things were just kind of going our way. It just like sometimes I would genuinely forget that I was hanging out, chatting with you and chatting with Michael and things like that because I was doing it for a game. Like you guys are just genuinely my friends and you have my whole heart. And like Oliver, you in particular, like I feel like we talked a lot about how we had more game conversations than maybe either of us had with Michael. I'm sorry that I keep talking about Michael in my rites of passage for you, but I think and it'll happen the same with him, where it was like the three of us were so incredibly tight as a three. I don't think there was ever a two within the three. Like there was nobody that was closer to each other than like we just all loved each other so so much. And you and I did have that like relationship though where we really like talked a lot more gamely. I think we had a lot more because we're both experienced players. We had a lot more of the same like game philosophies. I was completely blindsided with you when you went. I felt like it was heartbreaking for me when you messaged me during tribal and you said I'm really nervous and I said babe you're fine, it's okay, I love you. And then you got those votes and you messaged me and said did you know, and like I didn't baby, I didn't. I'm not going to lie and say I wouldn't have voted you out, but I would never, loving you truly as much as I do, tell you, baby, you're okay. I love you, and know that that was going to happen. And I'm so sorry because I know that wasn't how you wanted your game to end, and I didn't want your game to end there either. But I really hope that we can stay friends because I just can't even. I can't, like I said, I can't even at 4 in the morning find the words to truly paint a picture of how much I absolutely love and adore you. So I can't wait to talk to you again. I miss you so much. I miss how every morning I could count on you being there to talk to me and start my day. The first thing I did most days was open my phone to find a like 6 a.m. at my time message from you, Oliver. And okay, I'll stop. But like, I love you so much, so much.
Oh, Ollie, I was so ready to see you in this game. I was so ready to you come to unite with you because I saw you on the other tribe. I was like, damn it, I wish he was with me. I really wish we were together. Started out like that was just so good. Oh, okay. I kind of went out for a second. I kept telling you too when y'all lost. I said, I told you. I was like, survive. That's all I said to you. But whenever we had the after shows, I said, please survive. But basically, I was like, so, and then we merged, and we immediately ran to each other. We're like, oh my goodness, we merged together. We were so excited to see each other there. And I knew right off the bat, especially after our first call we had with each other, we were definitely going to work together and we are going to stick together here. And that ended up happening. You were the person, like, and I felt so great after you were, like, after the whole alliance thing happened. You warned me, and that kind of showed me there that you were definitely looking out for me and you definitely wanted to work with me because of the fact that you warned me. And I think if you wouldn't have if that wasn't the case. And I that's what made our bond a lot closer to was that situation there of us being like, and after that I said I really want to stick with you in this game, and we managed to stick together. We would talk before every vote, we would strategize together, be like, we want this, let's get this to happen, and figure things out. But I have to say, kind of like Dave, I loved you a lot, but your expiration date for me was coming up fairly soon. And I was like, when is Oliver going? When is this vote going to happen? Like, I don't want to be the one to push it because I really loved you a lot, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be the main person leading the charge on that. But then, and I will say, like, I was at work when that vote out happened the way it went, and I kind of don't know what happened to why you voted for me and why you turned your back on me, because I thought you would have like ran to me and be like, "Oh, this person voting for you, this person." But I kind of felt, knowing what happened, I heard like what Courtney told me to. You kind of were pushed in a corner at that point, and those two tricked you, being Michael and Ali. And I think that's what happened. You were doing it to protect yourself at that point. But I will say, had I known that Michael and Ollie, and I did find out they were, because Michael did immediately message me. Michael had messaged me saying, "Hey Grace, Ollie's saying your name. Vote him out. Let's vote him out." And so honestly, at that, had I known that, had I got on my phone an hour earlier and known that it had any traction, I would have actually voted for you in that situation, because that vote went to a tie, and that was going to be the only thing that was going to keep me in the game. And thank goodness Ali and Michael, they were like, yeah, let's keep her in. I guess they kind of saw me as, you were, like I said, you were a huge threat. And I would have voted with them in that round because you were somebody who was going to be in the final two, and you were going to win this game because you're really good. You came in here and you played this game so amazing, and it was so cool watching you, how much power you had. I wish I had the power that you were able to have, and I think you played such an amazing game. And I really hate that things came out the way they did. And I really hope that me and you, of course, we have the after show for Trinity, and we can be able to keep slaying with that the rest of the season. And I hope, yeah, we can, and then we can have, and we'll be able to see each other again on finale night. So, yeah.
Okay. J36, we're at the final four now. And the one, the only, the diva himself, Michael. We'll start with Courtney.
Michael, oh my goodness. Allison, bless you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you and I, like, just as like Oliver, I think had and I had like a deeper game connection at least earlier on. We got really close game wise near the end there, but on a personal level, like I feel like all three of us were so close, but you and I had just that like teeny tiny little bit of extra where like we even like we would just like talk sometimes about just like life and any and everything. Like we would get on a call trying to talk game, and next thing you know, we would be talking about boys and other orgs and just whatever. I also just like Oliver, I wasn't a part of you going. I just genuinely love you so 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 much. Both of you have become like such dear, like true deeply loved friends of mine. I miss you so much. Just like Oliver, like it's been so hard, even though it's been a couple days, just not being able to talk to you guys. Like you both mean so much to me. I wish, I wish that we could have just, I kept saying, guys, I told you, I said the three needs to stick together. The three needs to stick together, and I get why you made the move you did, but you took out Oliver, and then you were vulnerable. You were vulnerable, and I couldn't do anything but tell you to tie it. And unfortunately, I think you were so shook by what happened that that it was really hard for you to handle that challenge. And I know that wasn't how you wanted to go. I mean, but you are just the most fun, hilarious. Just again, I'm just gonna keep mentioning Allison. I will always think of Allison when I think of you. I'll have to tell you that story, Grace. But yeah, I'll say. So basically, there's this I can't remember what I think she's like a talk show host or something named Allison. I can't even remember her last name, but Oliver was talking about how much he liked her, and Michael and I hadn't heard of her, so Michael tried to look her up. And instead of finding this celebrity, he misspelled the name and found some social worker in like California who had the same name, but she just spelled the name Allison differently. And so Michael found her phone number, called and left her a message telling her she's a queen. We like we like found pictures of her. We found her Facebook. We like made like memes about like Allison being our like Lord and Savior. Like we would like joke about praying to Allison for luck. Like just this random lady.
Allison. No, we need to get Allison along. We need a Allison and Dusty final two for next season.
Yes, Allison and Dusty Penalty for sure. Yes, queens, queens, queens.
We
Yes.
really do. It's so good.
Yes, but anyway, Michael, I mean you did so amazing. Your first game, I wouldn't have known it. Like I wouldn't have known it at all. I love you so so much as a person. I miss you so much. I cannot wait to reunite with you. Um I just I think the world of you. I love you.
Okay, Michael. I actually have very now at first you were literally my favorite person on the tribe. Like you were my favorite person to go to and talk to because I absolutely loved you to death. But now, like I said, I kind of have mixed feelings because, not gonna lie, you kind of hurt me a little bit because me and you had really good conversations with each other. We went on like a two aligned, but we talked about Black Lives Matter. We talked about the protests. We talked about very serious things that were happening in our country and in the world. And we had such a good conversation about that. And Black Lives Matter and stuff like that is something that is so passionate to me. And we both talked about how it is passionate to the both of us and how fighting for those rights just is everything. And we had such a good talk, and like Courtney, me and you talked about boys, and I told you about someone, an ex of mine who I still really love and who I still just think the world of. And you were just there sitting there the whole time like, oh, you two are gonna get back together, don't worry, you two are gonna get back together. And that whole entire thing, it was such a good conversation. And then after that, before tribals, we would go on call with each other. We would talk to each other to be sure that we were okay with everything that was going on. And then you did it. And then even when the Amanda vote happened, like I forgave you for that. But at the same time, I kind of was like, I see how he is game wise because before me and you were like, I would love to go to final two with you. Like I genuinely would love that for us. And especially with this being your first org, and I thought it would be a cool opportunity for you. But with the Amanda vote, I said, okay, I see what you're doing, Michael. I kind of see what you're doing and going with this over here. And then after that, you did keep me over Kira, and I was very shocked about that. I didn't think you were going to do that. I thought I was goner at that point, but I think I thought at that point, me and you had a really good relationship, and I thought that was the reason why, 'cause we had that bond there. And then you warned me about Oliver and that vote situation. You did run and warn me, and I checked my phone too late and couldn't change that, and I would have voted in that situation. And then I kind of was shook a little when you tried to vote me at the final four. And I at that point that told me you had it showed me where your loyalties were, and Ali wanted to tie that and actually show that interest, and so I was like, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. And so I tied that, and then it went to a deadlock, and then we had our fun little endurance competition. And as much as I love you and everything, I knew you were literally slaying the hell out of this game, and you kind of showed your cards there. And at that point, I had my tipsy high ass had no choice there but to tell myself I need to beat you in this competition. I need to beat you in this competition. And I kept telling myself that. I'm like, if I let him win, he's literally going to get to final two, take my spot, and win the game. I can't let that happen. I need to beat him in this comp. And so that happened, and I ended up getting that and winning the comp. But here's the thing that really, and I said this, you kind of hurt my feelings. And when I say kind of, you actually genuinely really hurt my feelings, because the way you left, you acted like, to me, like me and you had, you're like Ali, Courtney, I love you so much and I'm rooting for the both of you, great. And all you said to me is, Grace, I wish we talked more. You didn't even say love you or anything. I thought me and you had a really good relationship with each other. I thought we got along, and I don't know what happened. You just switched on me, and I don't know what I did to for that to happen. And if you want to tell me and tell me what I did to you, then that'll be fine. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't remember doing that. And that hurt my feelings, like I said, because I thought we had really, when you said I wish we talked more, I thought we talked a good bit, had really serious conversations with each other. And I opened up a lot to you about things that were going on and how I felt about things. And you opened up with me. And for that, I just don't know. And then we followed each other on Instagram, and then I saw you unfollowed me on Instagram too. So I don't know what I did. If I did anything to offend you, then I am very sorry, and I would love to talk about it after the game. But again, that hurt my feelings a lot. And I hope that me and you can talk through what happened. And I really hope that we can talk through what happened and we can have a friendship, because I really loved you and adored you as a person. And it just sunk my heart when you left the remarks you kind of left the way you did with me, and that all that. But yeah, that's what I have for that.
No, Grace, I hope that you and Michael do get the opportunity to talk and sort some stuff out. And on day 38, the one gentleman who's been trying to apply to this game for who knows how long came in and slayed it until the day before the game ends. Ali and Grace, we will start with you on this one.
Ali, I was so, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. I cut you. I know you wanted this. How long has he been applying for this game for?
I think since like 2013.
Ali, no. I am so sorry. Oh my God. Trust me, this decision I was leaning on it, but it was still hard because I literally did not know what would happen and what would come out of it. Oh my goodness. But I really love you so much. You are literally the funniest guy. You are so funny, and you're such you're a little troll too. Like everybody, my favorite thing about you, you make jokes and you're all that. People are like, "Oh, you're egotistical," or "Oh, I don't like you said this," but you're literally as a troll myself. I literally see through your trollness, and I know a lot of the things you said were not even being serious. And but I really love you a lot, and I'm so glad that I got to play this game with you. I've always wanted to play with you because you've always played with a lot of my friends. Like you've always played anything, and all my friends were always playing with you. And I'm like, when am I gonna get my chance to play with Ali? Like, when am I gonna get that? And this game brought that opportunity that I wanted. And we both made the merge. Fortunately, you were another person on Praslin. I was like, I really hope you make the merge so we can work together, we can play together. Even though we were not on the same page all the time, I really still enjoyed talking to you, and especially the night before. I'm trying to remember. It was not the night after. It was after Michael got voted out, and me and you went on, or no, not when Michael got voted out. Or maybe it was somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Or no, it was the Oliver vote. It was all after Ollie went home. Me and you went on that call. It was over an hour. We had such a great. We barely even talked game. We were just talking about personal stuff and how to personalize and everything, and just everything. And I really loved that so much. And even though it was kind of like Kira, and I said this about her, our directions and the things we wanted in this game did not pan out. Like we didn't have the same in game goals, and we didn't have that. But you are such a fierce competitor, and like I said, I'm really glad I got to play with you. And I had to take you out. You did the Oliver. You made the Oliver. You got initiated, and you did it. You chose to take my side on that and send it to the tiebreaker, hoping what would happen. And you were very happy that I won that. And that's why I took you. You made the biggest moves of the season. The two biggest moves, taking them out. Well, there's several big moves that happened, but that was two of them. Taking Oliver out and taking Michael out and starting that up and going. But yeah, I really, like I said, like you're such a great competitor, and I definitely want to keep a connection with you after this game. And I think I told you on the call, I need you to apply for Trinity, and I really hope that you do someday. But yeah, I'm like no, but I'm like I said, I was so glad I got the goal that I wanted. When am I gonna play with Ali? And I got to have an experience with you in this game.
My Ali. So we are acquaintances. We came into this game as acquaintances. I don't want to say that we just had heard of each other because we had interacted. I mean, we were already friends on all social media and stuff at that point. We had run into each other in different, like, smaller factions of things, like little mini games and stuff. We'd like played a mini before together, things like that. So but we weren't like we hadn't really deeply gotten to know each other before this game. But you are just one of the just like most fun, positive, just amazing people. So it's like you're just like joy, like just pure joy bundled up into a person. Like anytime that I talk to you, you would just be like, Court, hey, babe, my love. Like you're just so cute. Like you're just so fun. You can't just help but just a smile anytime that you're interacting. I'm so sorry that that this was something that you've been trying to do for so long, and that you just didn't quite get there. And I definitely want to talk more after the season. You're so wonderful. I'm so glad that we finally, went from being acquaintances to true friends. through this experience. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again. Andy?
You just did.
Hey, sorry, I was downstairs.
Oh.
I am back. All right, Grace and Courtney. We just did a walkthrough, your rites of passage as finalists. There's only one thing left in this game, and that is the final tribal council, where your peers, the ones that you've either had a hand in voting out or not, will decide your fate. Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. The question and answer ceremony from the jury will start. You guys will start with your opening statements. We'll say like 5 minutes each on those opening statements and closing, so no longer. You can go shorter, obviously. They'll question you one at a time. They're currently like deciding their questions so they don't overlap and repeat the same stuff. Those who can't attend will record a statement for you. They're all discussing the game and they're all asking each other questions. So those who can't attend, like Oliver, might not be able to attend because of the whole boyfriend situation. But I trust the jury's